Hello, 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 and welcome everybody. Welcome to Thursday night. Was supposed to have been Wednesday night, but we had no electricity, so we shifted to Thursday night. I hope you are all well. I hope Thursday has been kind to you. I must say, I'm having one of those weeks where I get the days mixed up. Tuesday I thought was Wednesday. Wednesday I thought was Thursday, and today I've been thinking it's Wednesday. So yeah, it's a bit crazy in my world. But welcome everybody, and hello. We're doing things a little bit differently tonight, and I hope it's going to be fun for all of you as well. As always, I can't really see who's watching. When I use the StreamYard, I can never really figure it out. But so nice to see some of you in the house. We've got Kubesh, who was first in. Good evening, my darling. So nice to have you join us tonight. I hope you are well. I hope you have had a better Thursday. See, I got it right. A better Thursday than what it started out as. And Lee, my darling, so nice to see you as well. So nice to see you, and I hope you've had an awesome, awesome Thursday. I'm going to keep saying Thursday to remind myself that Thursday. And Denise, it's so nice to see you too, my darling. Welcome. So nice to see. Oh, and Shannon's here, my darling. I've missed you. It's been a long time. Thank you so much for spoiling me. Thank you so much for the donation. I really, really appreciate it. You are just the sweetest. And I hope you are well as well, my darling. It's been a while. I haven't done, well, I've done YouTube lives regularly, but generally only for the members. I don't normally do the public ones because sometimes they can just get a little bit like busy, and then I feel like I need to do everybody and I can't fit everybody in, and then I get a little bit of anxiety. So that's why I generally stick to just the members, because we're like a happy family. But tonight, even I've opened it up for all my tiers, not just for the inspired and motivated who normally have it. All of my members can join in tonight, and I hope to see some of you. Kubish says, nope, the day hasn't really gotten any better. She's just plodding along. You know what? I'm with you on that one. Although I must say, I haven't had a terrible day. It's just my life is a little bit crazy at the moment. My son is doing his matric trials, so every day there's an exam somewhere, and it's a different time, and it's sometimes 2 a day, 1 a day, and then he's got this and an extra lesson here and this. So I'm mom's taxi at the moment. It's crazy, just up and down, and then trying to fit normal work in between. It's been a month. It's been a month. And this is only trials. It's not even his actual finals. But anyway. Yeah, you know what, Kubesh? It's a thing, girl. It's a thing. I am so glad to see the back end of year 12. Let me tell you. For me, it's actually year 24 because my daughter matriculated. She did her 12 years and then she finished. And then the following year, my son started with year 1. So this is my 24th consecutive year of having a child in school. I'm done. I'm done. It is indeed, Denise. It is more stressful on the parents, without a doubt. And especially being self-employed, if I can call it that. I have to run the household, have to run the children, have to run myself, run the business. It gets a bit exhausting. That's why the days of the week have just got me completely befuddled. I want to show you if it wasn't for this little book, I would be mad, because this is my diary. I don't want to show you my diary, but that's my diary. That tells me exactly where am I supposed to be, when am I supposed to be there. All right, so let's get started with some readings. So for those of you who have not been here before, who have not done live readings with me, the way that it works is you pop your question into the chat. I see Kubesh has already done hers. And what I do is I add them to a list on my screen. I can stick them in a special place where they're in a list, and I watch that list and I go through that list in order. So everybody who has asked a question, I add them to the list, and then I go through them one by one. I started off, I don't know how many decks, trying to choose what deck to use tonight, and it got all a little bit overwhelming. So I've got CS Tarot here with me. I have got Playful Heart with me. I have got, oh gosh, I put the others away. And then obviously I've got Unfolding Path. And I eventually decided to settle on Unfolding Path because it's bright, because its colors are so beautiful on camera, and because it's not matte. I mean, it's not glossy. So, you know, I've got lights over there, and I've got lights over there, and I've got lights over there. And at least then it's not glossy. So Unfolding Path is the deck that I'm going to be working with tonight. So remember, this is for members only. Everybody's welcome to watch. It's open to the public. Everybody can watch if you want to. If you want to sign up now to the members club, you absolutely can. I think somewhere, and I'm going to try and point like that, somewhere down there is a join button. If you're on a computer, if you're on a cell phone, it should just be a little bit further down. It's not a lot of money, and you know, you get a lot. Well, at least I think you get a lot. So depending on the tier that you join, if you're on the first tier, that is really just a way of giving back to me on a monthly basis. But tonight you'll be welcome to join in the readings and to ask questions. But the next two tiers, Inspired and Motivated, is where you get live readings with me, and Motivated is where you get all sorts of fabulous extras. So if you want to join in, click the join button now, sign up, become a member, and then you can post your questions and I will gladly read for you. Okay. Oh, Sugantha's here too. Hello, darling. So nice to see you, and I hope you're having a fabulous Thursday. So nice to see you. Okay. Oh, Kubesh, you see, I saw you say something and I assumed it was a question, but it wasn't, or was it? Oh, I'm so excited. He's there. He's there. Oh, that is so exciting, my darling. So hubby is in Australia. It's happening. It is happening. So excited for you. And they asked him to stay longer. Yes, I thought they might do that. I'm exhausted, but you told me that this, but damn. I shame, my darling. It's happening. It is happening. And I wonder if you have tendered your resignation yet. Anyway, I have seen your other question, and I have added it to the list. Right, so let's get started. So the rest of you who are here, who are members, please put your questions in the chat. Let me shuffle Unfolding Path Tarot. This is the mass market version, not the indie version. My indie version is on the shelf behind me. If I move my head, which way? There. That little black box over there is my indie version of the Unfolding Path. Claire's here too. Hello, darling. Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. I hope you are feeling better. Claire is on holiday at the moment. She is like traveling the world and having just the most amazing time with horrific flu. At least I think it's flu, Claire. I think it's flu. So I hope you're feeling okay, my darling. It's terrible to be on holiday and to be feeling so unwell. So hopefully it's not holding you back too much and preventing you from enjoying the holiday as much as you possibly can. All right, so Kubesh is saying she's doing it next week. It's so exciting. So exciting. 3 months. You know what? That's becoming more and more, if I can call it, popular. More and more popular. I noticed with quite a lot of people at the moment that there's generally like a 3 month notice period that you've got to give, which is a long time. But when you're in a specialized position like you are, you know, when you're special, they need a lot of time to find a replacement or two. Okay. Oh, lovely. Denise says she's in a happy place today. So just any message. Lovely, my darling. I have added you to the list. Claire, COVID/flu on a holiday, that's awful. That's awful. Hot like Durban weather. You know what? It is hot. We're not even in summer yet. We aren't even officially into spring yet. And it is so hot. I've got the aircon on. I've had the aircon on the whole day. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Shame, my darling, but I do hope that you get better really, really soon. I see your question, Claire, and I have added it to the list. Sugantha says that she is just fabulous. Load shedding and no water. You know what? We woke up to no water this morning. There was a burst pipe somewhere or other. So there was no water this morning. It only came back at, I think it was about 11:30 this morning. And we've had load shedding 3 times already today. So yeah, it's life. It's life, isn't it? Just, it is life. Mandy, hello, darling. It's so nice to see you. I hope you are well. I hope Thursday's been kind to you as well. So yeah, do pop your question into the chat, my darling. Oh my gosh, Denise has got a fire going. Oh, isn't it crazy how we're actually not that far apart? You know, we're not that far away from each other. And here I've got the aircon on and it is so hot and you've got a fire going. And we're in the same country. We're not that far away from each other. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, let's get started with some readings. Let's get started with some fun. So all of you watching, those of you who are members, you are welcome to pop a question into the chat. Those of you who are not members, you're welcome to become a member. You are welcome to become a member, and then you can ask questions and join in the fun tonight. We are working with Unfolding Path Tarot. All right. So we're going to start off with, oh, you know what? I'm going to break the rules because I can. It's my party and I'm allowed to break the rules. Shannon was so sweet. She always is. Whenever she sees me online, she always sends a super chat, so super sticker. So Shannon, my darling, I am going to pull a card for you because you are just so kind and because it has been such a long time since I've connected with you. Let's see. Message for Shannon, please, Spirit. Let's start off with Shannon. Whoops. That's just me and my bad shuffling. Message for Shannon, please. What does Shannon need to hear right here and right now tonight? Okay, cards are shuffled, Shannon, my darling. And I am drawing for you this one off the top. Oh, we've got the 8 of Cups. So Shannon, 8 of Cups is the card that says sometimes in life we have to just acknowledge that we've done everything we possibly can and things are not going to improve. Things are not going to get better. And sometimes it's about recognizing and admitting that to yourself and recognizing that it's time to walk away and explore other options. Because, you know, sometimes life can just become a little bit too complacent, a little bit too robotic, a little bit too routine-like. And we're not making progress. We're just not succeeding, achieving, and accomplishing. So sometimes we have to acknowledge that. We have to admit that to ourselves and say, things are just not going to get any better. Things are just not going to improve in the way that we want or need them to. So there are certain things in your life at the moment that you have to see this and actually just choose to let it be and to walk away. Go look at something else. Go and explore something else. Because in doing that, you'll be amazed at how the situation actually rectifies itself. But if you stay there trying to fix this, trying to navigate this, it actually just creates a more and more difficult situation for you. So there is something in your life at the moment, my darling, that you need to step away from. And when you step away from it, I promise you it will ease itself, fix itself, mend itself easily and simply. Much love and many blessings to you, my darling. Much love and many blessings to you. I'm just catching up on the chat. Okay, Lee, I've added your question. So Gunther, I've added your question. And Claire saying she loves this deck. You know what? Me too. I was chatting to a friend before I started live tonight, and I said, "Oh, I need to pick a deck." And then I was like going through all my choices. And she was like, "Oh, what about that one?" I said, "No, I've used it so much. What about this one? Nah, I don't feel like that one." And I told her that I was going with the CS Tarot, and then I changed my mind and went to Old Faithful. I love this deck. I really, really, truly love this deck. This deck is just fabulous. Fabulous. Right, who is next? Kubesh. So Kubesh says that she had an accident in her car. I'm so sorry, my darling. You know what? I know it's a horrible thing to say, but I'm not surprised with everything that's going on in your life, with the chaos that is your reality at the moment, with you having so much on your mind. I'm not surprised that you were distracted or whatever happened, okay? So you say the car is in at the repair place. You have a courtesy car. So grateful for that, all the wonderful blessings, because being without a car is really and truly not a fun exercise. But I am physically knackered. I love that term, knackered. You know what? In South Africa, we have such descriptive words, don't we? But knackered is like, I know it's not just a South African term, but we use it a lot. And it just means, it means more than tired, like completely knackered. All right, so let's see, how do we push through? So that's the question that Kubesh has. How, considering everything that's on your plate, considering everything that you're navigating and everything that you're trying to handle, how do you just push through when you are just mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually knackered, completely and utterly knackered? Right, judgment fell out, but that's just my bad shuffling. Let's see for Kubesh, message for Kubesh around how to proceed when the energies are so knackered. Let's see, my darling. Okay, card number 1 that we have for you, Hanged Man. Did we know we were going to get the Hanged Man? Of course we did. You see. So we've got the 2 of Cups, right? So you've got the hanged person, the hanged one, the hanged man, the hanged woman, however you want to refer to her, it, she. You've got that, and we've got the 2 of Cups. Now, the 2 of Cups is about partnership, about love. Now, your husband is out of the country. You know, he is in Australia. You don't have somebody to lean on. You don't have somebody to fall back on, which is why you've got the hanged one that's come through for you. So, Kubesh, how do you proceed from here? How do you continue? How do you get all these things done that are on your plate that you need to when you are feeling so completely and utterly knackered? Well, you've got to look at things from a different perspective. All right. You've also got to recognize that this is just a sacrifice that you have to make right here, right now. The chaos that you are dealing with, I'm sorry to laugh, but the chaos that you're dealing with, it's for a good reason. It's for a good outcome. And at the end of the day, it's going to be fantastic when all is said and done. But in the meantime, we just have to push. We just have to continue. So when you're feeling like you just can't get out of bed in the morning, remind yourself of the end goal. Remind yourself what you're working towards, and let that be the motivation to help you just carry on a daily basis. With that 2 of Cups that we have now, that is the card of partnership. It's the card of union. It's the card of connection. So maybe it's saying to you that you need to lean. Now, we're not talking from a romantic point of view. We're talking from an exhausted point of view. Maybe it's saying that you need to lean on family members, friends, connections, people that you have around you who are quite willing and able to assist. Don't feel, and here it comes, don't feel as if you have to be all things to all people all the time. Don't feel as if you are the only one that can do this job. Don't feel as if you have to do this by yourself. Because I honestly, looking at these 2, looking at your situation, I'm sure that if you went through your phone and you messaged 2 or 3 people and said, listen, can you pick up a kid? Can you drop off a kid? Can you cook a food? Can you do a thing? They're going to be 100% there to help. But sometimes we just feel like we have to do it by ourselves, and we don't have that support system or whatever it is. And I think for you at the moment, this is exactly the message. The message for you right now is you don't have to be all things to all people all the time. Lean on others and look at it as a positive sacrifice, because you know what the end goal is. The end goal is amazing life. Much love and blessings to you, my darling. Oh, that is so exciting. That is so exciting. That is so exciting. Right, take that one off. Okay. Just catching up on the chat. Oh, Shannon, my darling, you are so kind. Thank you. Thank you, Shannon. You really are so kind, my darling. Not necessary, but yeah, I do appreciate it. Okay, Mandy, I have added yours. And Kubesh says, yep, I need to do that. Call in all the favors now. You see, because once you've gone, once you've left the country, you can't call in favors anymore, because the people are going to be in another country. So now is the time to call in favors. Now is the time to get it all done. All right. Good. Who's next? Who is next? Denise, my darling, it's your turn. So Denise says that she is in a happy place today. That is amazing. I'm a little bit concerned that you put the word today in, because that implies that there are days when you're not in your happy place. So yeah, let's just say I'm in my happy place. Full stop. We're not going to say that it's only today, because hopefully it's not. And I know you work very hard at always being in a good space. So in a happy place, so just a special message from the cards. All right, so as I shuffle, what message does Denise need to hear tonight, please, Spirit? Anything of importance, relevance, and significance for Denise tonight, please. Okay, cards are shuffled and cut. So first card we have for you, oh, isn't she gorgeous? I love her. I love her because she's a little bit fat, and being a little bit fat person myself is why I love her so much. But never mind that, she's Queen of Cups. I mean, who doesn't love Queen of Cups? So we've got Queen of Cups. Oh, and we have the King of Wands. So we have a power couple. I love this. The reason why I called him a power couple, because she's going to take care of everybody's needs on an emotional level. She's going to make sure that everybody is okay, and he's going to make sure that stuff gets done. So this is why I call them a power couple. Like if we had the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands, then they might actually clash heads a little bit because they both want the same thing. If we had any other combination, it isn't as smooth as this couple. Okay, so I love this. This to me is power couple kind of stuff. What I like about Queen of Cups is she cares. All right, and Denise, you are so Queen of Cups because I know you care, and everything you do in every moment of every day is about making somebody else's life a little bit better. The way that you inspire, the way that you motivate, the way that you help people is just so amazing, just so truly, truly fabulous. But there's work to be done. So it's not just always about the feelings. It's not just always about the motivation and the encouragement, but sometimes it's about let's get down to business and do the things that need to be done. So I love this combination for you. I really, really do. And the message that Spirit have is understanding that you are just this awesome, amazing, wonderful person, that you care so much, you give so much, and it's seen, it's acknowledged, and it's recognized. But you've also got work to do. And this work, I'm going to say, is on yourself and for other people. So it's bringing it back to the you, okay? My English is fabulous. Back to the you. And what our King of Wands is basically saying is, don't be afraid to be that strong, assertive person. Don't be afraid to tell people what it is that they need to do, how it is they need to do it, and why it is that they need to do. Because it's important that the way that you nurture is by controlling people's actions. Okay, so controlling people's actions is the way that you help them to feel better, to be motivated, to be more enthusiastic about life in general. So this is a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant message for you. And maybe this is also saying, Denise, and this is now going to be an interesting concept, but maybe this is also saying to you that there are things that need doing, coordinating, organizing, arranging in your own life that you need to nurture in order for it to take place. So if you're dropping hints and waiting for it to to magically magically happen, maybe it's not going to work that way. Maybe you need to nurture while driving things in the way that you want them, because there's things to be done. That's what he's saying. There's things to be done. And notice that he's not the one doing it. He's not rolling up his sleeves and getting into the stuff and doing it himself. He's sitting on his chair very comfortably. And I mean, he just is amazing. He's sitting on his chair and he's making sure that everybody around him is doing the work that they need to do. Okay. So that's his message for you, is that, yes, you need to nurture, you need to take care of everybody, but you still need to get the stuff done. So don't be afraid to be assertive. I hope that message makes sense to you, my darling. Sending you much love and many blessings as always. That's an interesting one. All right, putting the cards randomly back into the deck. Let's see who is next. Let's see who is next. Okay. You see, I love that. I love that, what Claire says. Heck yeah, even the strongest need help from time to time. That is absolutely true story. Absolutely true story. Yes. And Denise says, I love that. You are so welcome, my darling. You are so welcome. So welcome. All right. So let's now look at Claire. So while I'm shuffling the cards, to anybody else that has come in to watch the live, tonight I am doing what we normally do at least every second week, if not every week, readings for my members. So I'm making it public that you can all see how it works and join in the fun, but obviously only members can ask questions. So you are welcome to join the membership by clicking the join button below. And to get access to these kind of readings on a regular basis, you need to join on the Inspired or the motivated level. The gratitude level is really just a way of showing gratitude for the content that I create. So tonight we are having fun and doing some readings. And Claire says her question is, will my health improve, and does it mean I need better job that's not as draining or stressful on you? Well, this is interesting, Claire. Will my health improve? Well, you know what? I can tell you right off the bat, without even pulling a tarot card, that your health is going to improve, because you are taking care of yourself. Even though you're on holiday and still battling with the illness, you are taking care of yourself. So your health is definitely going to improve. What we need to check to see is if there's going to be any long-term damage or consequences to this COVID flu, because a lot of people have more complications from long-term COVID than from the actual COVID itself. Okay, so let's see. Will your health improve? And do you need a better job that's not as draining and stressful on you? So let's have a look, Claire. Cutting the deck. Card number 1, Claire, that we have is the Four of Pentacles. I have to giggle when I see the Four of Pentacles because he always looks to me like he's holding onto a pillow. I always see this as, his little comfort pillow, and his little comfort pillow is full of coins. So it's not very comfy, but he's holding onto his little, I always see it as him holding onto his comfort pillow. Okay. So what I see from that Four of Pentacles is that right now you need to hold on to everything that you have. Everything that's going on in your life, don't let go. So that tells you that changing jobs right now would not be a good idea. Even if you are finding the job stressful, even if you feel as if the job is creating, pressure on you, which is why you got sick. But I definitely think this is saying to you, do not make a change to your working environment. Hold on to what you have. Clutch and hold on tightly to what you have. The second card that we have for you is the Eight of Pentacles. All right. So the Eight of Pentacles, and this is very interesting, Claire. The Eight of Pentacles is the card of skill. It's the card of learning a skill, learning a talent. Here we have a ballerina who is perfecting her dance. How does she perfect her dance? Not by doing 5 minutes on a Saturday afternoon. She perfects her dance by doing hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours every single day. She eats, sleeps, and drinks her dance. And that is how she gets to perfection. But it is that repetitive, continuous, ongoing that eventually gets you to where you need to be. So in answer to your question, will your health improve? As I said to you, I do believe your health will improve. I don't believe that your health is a direct situation from what are the words I'm looking for? I don't believe that your health issue is directly related to the stress of work. I think just coincidence or however you want to call it. But I think for you at the moment, the job that you're in, and I don't even remember what you do. I should, but I don't. Forgive me. But this is Spirit saying, hold on to what you have. Stick with what you have at the moment, but you've got to do the work. All right. You have to and I know you can't at the moment, you're on holiday, but you need to every single day be doing the work that you can to improve your skill, to become better at what you're doing. So to me, Claire, this is Spirit saying to you, stick where you are, but put the effort in to advance yourself, to grow, to achieve, to do more for yourself, because in doing that, it will be the changes. So if everything is so stressful and draining, it's because it's a little bit out of your comfort zone. If the job is stressful and draining, it's because you're not really comfortable and familiar with everything that you're doing. But keep practicing, keep doing, keep trying, keep putting in the effort, because ultimately it's going to pay off. But hold on to what you have right now. This is exactly where you need to be. So heal, recover, get well. But when you do get back to work, throw yourself into it and just keep mastering the tasks at hand. And if you can do that, I do think things will improve for you quite drastically. Okay. Sending you much love, my darling. Sending you much love. Look after yourself and enjoy what's left of your holiday. Enjoy what's left of your holiday. Okay. Ooh. See Claire's message here. She says, that helps. I'm still working. Oh, okay. So I'm working on my skill in reading cards. That's good news, not work related. I'm a property loss adjuster. I do insurance claims. Okay, for fire, flood, and escape of water, storm damage, etc. Okay. That's awesome. Your hubby says you're good at it. And he says he can hear. Well, of course you're very good. Like, nobody's doubting that. Absolutely, nobody's doubting it. But this is Spirit saying to you that you need to rock up every day. You need to put the effort in every day. You need to do the work in order to grow the benefits and the achievements and the outcomes. All right. Good, my darling. Lots of love to you. Okay, so we're going to do Lee, but I'm going to have a sip of my cold tea. All right. So Lee says, I haven't heard anything from anyone. Do I need to take action? It seems that things aren't moving. So I went looking for spots. Did I find the right spot, or should I keep looking? Oh, okay. Well, you know what, my darling, I'm glad to see that you're being proactive. That is amazing. I think proactive is really, really good. And I think, sometimes no news is good news. I do think that sometimes no news is good news. All right. So let's have a look and see what's coming through for you. So no news is good news. Do you need to take any action? I'm going to say to you at this stage, probably not. We're going to leave it this week. Like, maybe if you still haven't heard anything by middle of next week, maybe then we can start applying a bit of pressure. But let's talk about the spot. Did you find the right spot, or do you need to keep looking? Let's see what comes through around that, because to me, that's the way forward. Okay. Card number 1, Lee, I like that. We've got the Knight of Wands. Isn't she fabulous? She is just forging ahead, charging ahead, moving ahead. She's not worried about what's next to her. She's not worried about what's behind her. She is focused forward. So we've got the Knight of Wands and we have got the Hermit. So, So I think that is such a good message for you, Lee. So let's look at our Knight of Wands. So she is telling you, I was focusing more on, have you found the right spot, or do you need to keep looking? Both of these are saying to keep looking, but there's a but. So she's telling you, keep going, right? Keep moving forward. We're not worrying about consequences. We're not worried about what may happen or what may not happen. My English is terrible. But this is you, chin up, feeling proud, feeling confident, moving forward, doing whatever it is you want to do, however you want to do it, with whomever you want to do it. This is you not being held back by any limits or any restrictions. This is you being confident in what it is that you're going to do and how you're going to be doing it. And this is you forging ahead, which is fabulous. This is the card that's interesting, the Hermit card for you, because Lee, the Hermit card is saying to you that you don't have to tell everybody. You don't have to share. Because, and I know you understand exactly what this means. Sometimes in life, you could be talking to your lawyer. You could be talking to a parent. You could be talking to just, any old body down the road, and you could be saying, oh, I saw that and I'm thinking this, and you might be doing it just in casual conversation. But if you give too much information away, people are going to take it away from you. You need to keep moving forward. You need to not be paying attention to anybody else. You need to be staying in your lane, staying in your path, and forging ahead like she's doing. I want you to look at her face. Can you see that glee and that happiness and that excitement and that joy on her face? Isn't she just fabulous? And that's who you need to be, okay? So you need to be just moving forward. But the Hermit card here is saying to you, don't share, all right? And again, look at her face. She's got that kind of a little smirk, a little smile on her face, where she knows that she's got information, but she's not telling everybody. So I think the message here, Lee, for you is you have, I don't know whether you have or have not found the right place. That's up to you. And you've got to listen to your intuition here, okay? Listen to your intuition here. But if you think you have found, don't tell anybody. Keep it to yourself. We don't want to be sharing this just yet. So we need to be forging ahead. We need to be moving ahead. The place that you saw, if it feels fabulous, if it feels like it ticks all your boxes, if it feels good, then go for it. But if you're concerned about anything, even if it is just the smallest, tiniest little detail, take it as it's not the right place and keep going. But you need to make sure that you're not giving all your secrets away. You need to make sure that you're not sharing. And I mean this with absolute strangers as well, okay? I know it's nice to talk to people and it's nice to ask questions and all of this, but this is Spirit saying to you, keep your mouth closed. Do not share your secrets with everybody. Keep moving forward regardless. All right. Much love to you, my darling. Take care of yourself, look after yourself, and Happy hunting. Happy hunting. Happy hunting. Right, let's catch up again. Clay says, yep, always the cold tea. You know what? It's not cold when I make it. Luckily, I don't have a problem drinking ice cold tea or coffee. I normally start off, I don't drink in the morning. Tea or coffee, I only drink from about lunchtime. And when I make it, I'll make it and then I'll drink off it for 2 or 3 hours. So I'm actually quite used to it. It's not a problem for me at all. But yes, you do notice that it's always cold. This cup, I think, was made at it was just after 6 because we had load shedding until 6 o'clock. So it was just after 6 o'clock I made it. It's only an hour and a half old. Not too bad. Okay, so Lee says, I also don't think I have found it. You see? I have been looking and asking. So when I find it, keep the mouth shut. Yes. You got it, my darling. You got it. Right, Sugantha, my darling, it's your turn. So Sugantha says, please, may I have any message which Spirit needs me to hear right here and right now. All right. So message for Sugantha, please, Spirit. What does Sugantha need to know? What is important? What is significant? What is relevant for Sugantha to hear and to know right now? Let's have a look. Message for Sugantha, please, Spirit. Message for Sugantha. Okay, I'm happy with the shuffle. Cards are cut. Card number 1, Sugantha, we have got the Queen of Pentacles. Fabulous cards tonight. Fabulous cards tonight. And the Hierophant. Oh, this is interesting. So Sugantha, Queen of Pentacles, she is very down to earth. She is very practical. She is the queen of practicality. So she doesn't overcomplicate anything. And I'm saying that because she's got the Hierophant next to her. So we've got another kind of power couple kind of thing happening here. Not that they're a couple. Anyway, Hierophant, his motto in life is the KISS principle. And I'm sure you've all heard the KISS principle. KISS stands for keep it simple, stupid. All right. And that's exactly what she's doing. So she's understanding all the stuff that needs to be done. She's understanding everything that's going on around her. She is nurturing. She is taking care of. She is looking out for. She is doing all of that kind of stuff. But she also is keeping it very simple. She's the kind of person, if you're having a bad day, she's not going to sit and talk to you and say, how do you feel? And she's not going to cry with you. And she's not going to do or hand you a box of tissues or anything like that. What she's going to do is she's going to put a plate of food down in front of you. Okay. And she's going to be very practical and very logical. Like she's going to arrive with a casserole at your home and say, here's food. So at least you don't have to worry about that. She's very practical and she's very down to earth. Hierophant is the teacher. Hierophant is the mentor. Hierophant is the guru. Hierophant is the person we go to when we have a question. Okay. And every time we do that, his answer is always so simple. Like we go looking for this big, profound, deep kind of answer to the meaning of life. And he looks at you and says to you, drink your cold tea and you'll be fine. And you're like, but you wanted more. And he's like, just do the simple thing. So Sugantha, the message that I'm getting for you tonight is that you mustn't overcomplicate it. All right. Whatever it is that you're going through in life at the moment, whatever it is that's happening, be practical, be logical, be simple about it. Have a simple, honest approach with it, and don't look deeper than is necessary. Take things at face value, because face value is often where we find truth. Face value is often where we find the meaning. The Hierophant is also saying to you that whatever it is that you're going through in life at the moment, consider it a life lesson. Consider it a time in your life where, we are gaining understanding, gaining clarity, and gaining purpose. Okay, gaining clarity, gaining understanding, and gaining purpose. So the Hierophant is saying to you, don't overcomplicate things. Keep it simple, keep it logical. But you're definitely going through a cycle of learning at the moment, a cycle of gaining understanding. And you don't have to do fancy. Like just keep it simple and everything's going to be okay. Lots of love and blessings to you, my darling. Lots of love and blessings to you. All right. I love that. Sugantha says, that's so me right now. I think it's a lot of us. It's a lot of us. That's so me right now. It is indeed. It is indeed. All right. I have somebody left. I'm going to look now to see who it is. And yeah, like I said, I can't really see how many people are watching at the moment. Yeah, it looks like there are quite a few of you watching, which is fabulous. So those of you who are watching, if you are a member on any of the tiers in my channel, please do feel free to pop a question into the chat. And if you're not a member, click the join button somewhere down here. Click the join button and join the family. Then you can have access to this type of thing on a regular basis and get clarity and guidance and a little bit of fun as well. All right. Let's see who is next. Mandy, darling, it's your turn. Mandy says she just needs any message from Spirit, please. So Mandy's good. I'm so glad to hear that, my darling. You know what? Like I don't know why I'm thinking about this now, Mandy, as I'm connecting with you, but like, can you believe that we are like the 7th of September already? I seriously am struggling, like seriously struggling with the fact that we're in September of 2023. Where's this year gone? And Mandy, I don't know about you, because I definitely think this is connected to you. But, you know, the year started off and there were all these goals, all these dreams, all these kind of ambitions of what we're going to do and how we're going to do it and all these things we were going to achieve. And it's September. So we ask ourselves, like, have we actually done that? Have we actually achieved all the things that we want to or that we need to? And yeah, I don't know about the rest of you, but my answer is no. So Mandy, let's see. I am shuffling Unfolding Path Tarot. And let's see, message from Spirit for Mandy. What does Mandy need to hear right here and right now? A little bit of guidance, a little bit of inspiration, and a little bit of insight, please, for Mandy tonight. Okay. Cards are shuffled, Mandy. Cards are cut. First card we have for you. Oh, look at that, the Wheel of Fortune. I love that for you. And isn't that interesting how I'm talking about how quickly the year is moving and we get the Wheel of Fortune? And we have, oh, he's back. He's back. Guess who's back? Back again. Isn't he gorgeous? Like, and you know what? When I look at his face, you just feel confident. Like you don't feel, I'm not scared of him. I'm not anxious. I'm not nervous. I just feel like he knows exactly what's going on. And anything that he says and anything that he does, I trust him wholeheartedly. I just think he's amazing. Wheel of Fortune, right? So she's sitting in a bit of a yoga pose. Now, I don't know about you, Mandy, but I certainly can't yoga pose, right? I certainly can't yoga pose. But Wheel of Fortune is the card of karma. It's the card that says to you the wheel turns and then there's nothing much that you can do about it. You know, one day just flows into another. We can't stop time. And sometimes when we find ourselves in a situation, it's only time that gets us out of it. Like if you found yourself in a difficult situation, and I'm not going to describe what kind of a difficult, like any difficult situation. If you find yourself in a difficult situation and you went and sat on the floor in the middle of a room and just waited it out, the situation would resolve itself, even if you didn't do anything. Why? Because the earth is always turning. Time is always moving. We're always progressing. Okay, we're always moving in a forward direction, even when you're sitting still in the middle of a room. And right now, in this moment, what is important might not be important in 5 minutes' time, might not be important tomorrow, next week, next month, etc. So the Wheel of Fortune is the card that says to you, understand that our needs, wants, and desires shift and change. Our priorities shift and change. But it's also the card that says to you, please understand that things are always going to be different, okay? And we can't control time. We can only control what we're doing in this present moment. And the Wheel of Fortune is also saying to you, Mandy, be present, okay? Be present in this moment. Be present in this current space. Don't allow yourself to get too caught up in the what ifs, the maybes, and the should have, could haves. We don't want to spend too much time in the past, and we don't want to spend too much time in the future. We want to stay in the present, which is exactly what our King of Wands is. King of Wands, he is so capable, he is so together, he is so grounded, but he knows exactly what's going on, and he gives everybody an instruction. He's assertive without being aggressive. And I think, Mandy, the message for you here is that you need to be assertive without being aggressive. But you also need to understand that you do not have control over the events that are unfolding. And that sometimes you just have to go with the flow, because sometimes things are just going to unfold in the way that they're going to unfold, and nothing much that you can do about it. But I do think our King of Wands is saying to you, Mandy, that understand that you do have power, that you do have control, that you do have some kind of I suppose the only word I can use is control. You do have some kind of control over the events and the strategies that are taking place. But sometimes things just happen and nothing we can do about it. So I hope that message makes sense to you, my darling. I hope it helps you. I hope it gives you a little bit of clarity in your life. Sending you love and blessings. Okay. Let's put the cards away randomly. Claire says she agrees that this year is just going far too quickly. And yeah, Mandy says, well, I'm nowhere closer to what I had planned for the year. You and me both, girlfriend. You and me both. But it's okay. I won't be hard on myself. Exactly. Because maybe the things that you have done, achieved, and accomplished this year were exactly what you needed to do and to accomplish this year. That maybe you didn't have control because other things needed to take preference. But one thing I can say to you, the fact that you had, and of course I've put the card away now, but the fact that you had that King of Wands, he tells you that you're in control, that you're in the driver's seat, that you are actually in a strong position of authority. So even if things haven't quite gone according to plan, you certainly have achieved everything that you needed to. So I think that's just absolutely awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. What does Claire say? Oh, you've got the same color nails, but no palm trees. You've got palm trees all around you, I'm sure. Well, I don't know. I don't know where you are if they have palm trees there. No time to get things done this year. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Time waits for nobody. You are so welcome, Mandy. You are so welcome, my darling. I'll always do for the collective. As soon as we're done, I always do for the collective. So we'll get there in a second. And Mandy says, I did take leave last week. Oh, good for you. The entire week, just trying to be in the moment, being present. Good for you, my darling. You know what? I take my hat off to you because, like, yes, sometimes we have to actually force it, isn't it? Sometimes we actually just have to force it in order to be that. So well done. Well done. All right. I am going to move that deck out of the way ever so slightly. I want to show you all. I posted onto my social media this afternoon that I have a pendulum course coming up. So pendulum is a bit difficult to train or to teach online, so it has to be an in-person thing. So any of you that are in KZN, please come and join the pendulum workshop. And I want to show you this pendulum that I got the other day. Isn't this just gorgeous? So this was given to me by a friend, and it's called an angel caller. I don't know if you're going to hear it, but inside, I'm not going to get it to. It has a tiny little bell. You can see the purple bell inside, and it has this very gentle kind of, so when you're wearing it and it's banging against your shirt, it makes this tiny little angel noise. But I am going to be using this as a pendulum. So I have that one. I have 1,000 million pendulums because it's what a girl does. But this is generally my workhorse pendulum that I use. It's a tiger's eye pendulum, and it's just on a rope. But working with pendulums is so much fun. I work with pendulums to find lost objects being animals, being people, being objects, being whatever. And yeah, I often get people who message me and say, oh, can't find this, can't find that, whatever it is. And then I use my pendulum to find the lost object. And yeah, I don't always get it right. I have to be honest. I don't always get it right, but it is so much fun. Pendulums can also be used to measure yourself from a health perspective, and that's why I'm bringing it up with someone like Claire. And I know, Claire, you can't attend my workshop because you're not in South Africa, but we can use pendulums to to measure what medicines we should or should not be taking, what vitamins we should or should not be taking, what food we should or should not be taking, so many different things. I have created a series of pendulum charts, which we can use to connect with spirit, to play with tarot. I've got a tarot pendulum chart, one to do ruins, to do all sorts of amazing, fabulous things. And yeah, lots and lots of fun. So those of you who are in KZN, who are available towards the end of September, do get hold of me. I'm also doing the first weekend, I think it's the first weekend in October. I'm going to be doing a 3-day tarot workshop. That will be also in person here in my local neighborhood. And then I will be doing an online one after that. Online one is a bit difficult for timing, but I am trying my best to see how we can do it. So that will all be coming up as well. All right. Claire said she did hear the bell sound. It's so beautiful. It's so gentle. It's so subtle, but it is so beautiful. And Denise saying that she feel each reading had a message for her as well. Isn't it funny how it happens like that, isn't it? You know, even though it's for somebody else, like there is a little nugget of information that comes through for everybody. So that's awesome. Right. So I am now scratching through all the cards on my table. And I am going to do, oh, you can't even see that one. It's black on black. Can't even see it. So I am going to do a message for the collective, but I'm going to change decks. So I am putting Unfolding Path Tarot away. It's going to fall. It's going to fall. It's going to fall. And I want to use this one. This is a new Oracle deck to my collection that I am just loving. It's called the I'm Here Oracle. I have used it quite a bit, but it is just such a beautiful deck. So I'm going to use this one to give us a reading for the collective. The reason why is because the reason why I want to use it now is because we've had great messages tonight. We've had great readings tonight. We've had great, positive, uplifting, happy kind of stuff come through. But I know that every single one of us, and I'm including myself in that, every single one of us watching, whether you're a channel member or whether you're just watching from the outside, we're all going through something. We're all dealing with stuff. Life is pretty tough at the moment. Life is pretty hard at the moment. And everybody's suffering. Everybody's struggling. So the I'm Here Oracle is an emotional deck. It deals with the emotions of what is it that we're dealing with, what is it that we're going through, and gives a little bit of positive advice. So as I shuffle the I'm Here Oracle, I am asking for the collective. And when I talk about the collective, we talk about everybody who watches this video, whether you're watching it live, now on the 7th of September, and it is 7:53 p.m. here where I am, whether you're watching it live or whether you are watching it later on, it doesn't matter. Let this message that comes through be relevant, let it be important, let it be helpful, and let it be kind. So message for the collective, please, from the I'm Here Oracle, an emotional deck that feels like a hug is how it's described. Right. I am happy with that shuffle. I am cutting the deck and taking off the top. Let's see what we get. The cards are quite tiny. We have got the card of expand, and it says, it's time to take up space and to be your fullest, most layered and expansive self. So when we talk about expand, we're not talking about doing more. Okay, it's very important. It's not, and actually, excuse me, I'm going to make you all dizzy for a second. I always say I'm never going to do this again, and then I go and do it. I just want to zoom in. Oh, that didn't work. That didn't work. Didn't work. I wanted to zoom in. All right, it'll have to be. So when we talk about expand, we're not talking about doing more. We're not talking about being more, but what we're talking about, and if you look at the artwork, you can see here is our little spirit character, and then he's got another version of himself and another version of himself, and there's all these different versions of himself, but they all come together into who he is. And what we all generally tend to do is we tend to have all these different personas, all these different personalities, or different versions of ourselves. And what we do is we stick one over there, and we only bring it out when we feel like, okay, it's time to do that. But then we put all the others away, and we work with each portion of ourselves or each part of ourselves as an individual component. But expand is telling you to step into your full self, become all these versions of yourself at the same time. It says to you, it's time to take up space and to be your fullest, most layered and expansive self. Don't limit yourself. Don't restrict yourself. Don't stop yourself from being who you are. Because we do this, don't we? When we go to work, we put on our work hat and we go and we become that person. When we come home, we change clothes, we change masks, we change hats, and we become that portion. But each of these pieces of ourselves is a small piece of ourselves. Why can't we be all of these things at once? Why can't we just be fabulous? Why can't we just be amazing? Why can't we expand? Why are we so afraid that if we expand, we're going to be rejected? Because that's the truth. We feel like when we expand, we're going to get rejected, and therefore we're going to fail, and therefore it's going to be a disaster. And oh my gosh, I'm exhausted, I'm not doing it. But the truth of the matter is, when we step into our power, when we step into who we truly are, with no fear of judgment, with no fear of being ridiculed or anything like that, we actually we stand, our shoulders go back, our chin comes up, the chest is out, we stand and we feel strong, we feel powerful, we feel like we can accomplish everything. But when we are just being this little version of ourselves, we walk around being just this tiny little aspect. And we're at a time of major change right now. We're all going through major change. Our universe is going through major change. Why did we get COVID? To force us to change, to force us to think differently, to force us to react differently, to force us to start thinking differently, behaving differently. So the world is shifting. Everything is shifting. And what do we have to do? We have to expand. We have to expand from our hearts into the universe. We have to expand to such an extent that we touch our neighbors, that we touch one another, that we connect with one another instead of isolating and restricting and holding ourselves back. We need to expand. It's time to take up space and to be your fullest, most layered and expansive self. And that little face, just the cutest thing you've ever seen. I love this deck. Love, 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 love. So friends, be you. Be amazing. Be wonderful. Be fabulous. Be unapologetically you. Expand. Expand into your truth. Expand into who you are, regardless of what anybody else around you is doing. So friends, thank you. Thank you for being with me tonight. Thank you for sharing your love. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. I always enjoy our connections. I always enjoy spending time with you and sharing with you. And I look forward to connecting with all of you again very, very soon. So thank you from my heart to yours. Lots of love and blessings. And until we connect again, take care, everybody. Good night, sleep tight, and see you soon. Bye-bye.